I'm shooting something right now. I'm not available. I think we're about 45. 50. I think that was one set of 30, two sets of 10. So I'll knock out another 50, take my time, and then we'll get into the workout. So I like to start my workouts after I stretch and warm up, of course. For an upper body day, I like to do 100 push-ups before anything else, if possible. So right now, I opened up with 30, did about a set of 15, and then another set of 10. So try and knock out another set of 10. At the end of the day, I mean, it's not a race. I'm not trying to kill myself to get to 100 push-ups or whatever. I'm 50, man. I'm just doing the best I can. And at the end of the day, that's all we want to do. Just be consistent. So nothing too crazy, just a typical upper body workout for me. Got about 3 more. All right. So not the best counter right now. I think I'm at 65. How's everybody? Kate Love, hello. Jumping jacks. All right. I'm out of breath right now, though. Woo! So I'm going to be posting probably about at least a couple lives a week and uh, one long form, primarily focusing on over 50 fitness, mobility, hip mobility especially. That's something that has been a major issue with me for like all my life, and it's really kicking my butt right now. So basically, all of the things that I'm doing to uh, do jumping jacks, all of the things that I'm doing to get back and get in shape, get back in shape. But really, the main thing is just get stronger and build muscle. So let me get my another 10. And if you're on here, do me a favor, please follow. I need to get to 1,000, not 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 followers. Two more. All right, I think I'm about 80, something like that, or close to it. I don't know who all has seen my channel, but if so, shoot me some questions, ask me some questions below, and whatever it is that you want to learn from my channel. So check it out. 40 plus Fitness Uprising. My brand is 40 What Fitness, and I started it when I was 40 something, but I'm 50 now, so it's not 50 What though, it's 40 What. Indonesia. 10 more. 3 to go. All right. So 10 more to go. That'll put me at 100 push-ups. Please follow if you haven't. Subscribe. I have 10 more push-ups, and then I'm going to go into the rest of my upper body workout. As you can see, there's no bench. I have some dumbbells. I have some resistance bands. Got a sandbag. Might put that to work when I catch my breath. Who all here worked out today? Nobody? Who worked out today? Dang, I'm the only person working out today. All right, 10 more push-ups. That'll put me at 100. Last one. All right. So I'm gonna give myself about a couple minutes breather. While I do that, I'll focus on some shoulder mobility, loosen up. Next, I'm gonna go with some dumbbell curls. I lose immediately. Whether it doesn't matter if it's old Iron Mike or Mike Tyson of today. Definitely a fan though. Who couldn't be? What fitness questions do you have? Anybody? All right, I need about 30 seconds. We'll go into some bicep curls. So when I do my curls, I like to superset them. I'll usually alternate if I'm doing a home workout. I'll alternate between hammer curls, alternate curls, and I'll do usually overhead tricep extensions. Here we go. Nice, slow and controlled, not swinging the arms, core tight. Inhale, exhale on the way up. Not a bunch of turning, not a bunch of twisting. Always want to focus on your breathing. And subscribe if you haven't. As far as rest periods go for me, depends on what it is I'm trying to do. I'm not running myself into the ground though. Those days are over. I don't lift like I did when I was in my teens or in my 20s or anything like that. At the end of the game, at 50, 40, 50, it's all about longevity. So that's my thing right now. I'm trying to make it to work out another day. I'm trying to be able to play pick up soccer with my kids, go throw the football around, go play around the golf without having to be laid up in the bed for a few days after. So that's what that's about. We'll go into tricep, overhead tricep extensions. Usually go to 10 with these. Two more. Got it. Hammer curls. 10 reps. When you're doing hammer curls, it really works your forearms a little more, or the brachioradialis or whatever they call it. Pretty sure that's what it is. So I'm gonna breathe it out. Then I'm gonna go back into some tricep, overhead tricep extensions. Fitness, questions, tips, anything, shoot them. All right, overhead tricep extensions, 10 reps. If it goes to 0 people watching, then just put it down. I'll stop at 5. Now I lost count. I think it's one more. 10. All right, we'll go one more set. All right, now we're going to go with alternate curls. So I like to go alternate overhead, hammer, overhead triceps, alternate, and I do 2 sets of everything, 4 sets of overhead tricep extensions. All right, so going back to alternate dumbbell curls. Any questions? Ask away. Nice, slow, and controlled movements. If you have to swing it, if you are herky jerky with it and all that stuff, you're lifting too heavy, or you need to tighten up your technique. Really don't need to go that heavy if you're doing it right. Breathing. All right. Going back to overhead tricep extensions. Any questions? Me versus Mike Tyson. That's a wild. If I don't get 1,000 followers by March, then I'm gonna try and fight him. All right, let's go. Sorry if I'm breathing all in your ears too loud, but I would say as a trainer, especially working with new clients, I would say one of the main things that most people are forgetting. Actually, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or not. People do not breathe during their workouts. And it's like, why are you working out if you're not going to breathe? Like, it makes no sense. You're trying to build and grow your muscles, but in the same token, you're not breathing. What's going to cause your muscles to fatigue? It's going to be a few things, but lack of oxygen is definitely going to be a big part of it. So you guys have to think about that when you're working out, when you're jogging, when you're running, whatever it is. All right, last set of hammer curls. Let's go 3. Last one. All right. One more set of overhead tricep extensions, and that'll put me at 100 push-ups, 2 sets of hammer curls, 2 sets of alternate dumbbell curls, and 4 sets of overhead tricep extensions. And we're at about 20 minutes. Go to 10. This is really good for building your triceps. A lot of people don't think about it, but if you're working to grow your arms, you want to get bigger arms, or if you're the client that is looking to, a lot of my old clients go like, I want to get rid of this fat on the back of my arms and all of that type of stuff. And with guys, you want bigger arms. It's just curl, curl, curl. But what people don't really realize is like 2/3 of your arm is your tricep. So that's a big part of it. So if growing your arms is a priority uh, in your fitness routine, then you really want to put just as much effort into your triceps as your biceps. Depending on where you are with things, you may just want to put more emphasis on your triceps uh, than your biceps. And same with core work, especially now. If you go to the gym, you have all the New Year's resolution folks, or during the summer, you have the summer vacation people packing the gym or running around, and everyone is doing crunches, crunches, crunches. At the end of the day, what you really need to focus on is what you're putting in your mouth and how you're eating and how you're drinking. And you do that along with strength training and dial into your nutrition, then you'll probably start to get the results that you want. But if you're just crunching away, crunching away, crunching away, sure, you will grow the muscles in your belly. But sometimes you may get it'll be stronger, but it may be a little bit bigger. So those are things you have to take into consideration. Uh, Now I'm gonna go with, we'll get some rows in. I usually use this a lot when I travel, but or work out, or use it to work out when I work out outdoors. I just usually keep it in the trunk of my car. It always comes in handy. So go with the same bag. I'm gonna get some bent rows in. And whenever you're doing bent rows, you want to keep your back flat and your core tight. That's one thing. Like, you always see people with their back rounded. You're setting yourself up for failure. Uh, or you see people like this. No, chest down, back flat, core tight. Here. Then you're just gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together. There you go. So I'll go with a couple more sets of these. I think I'm gonna alternate. Go some upright rows this time, even though they're not necessarily my favorite, just to switch it up. All right, one more set. Bent rows. think I'm pretty much done. We're getting to some hip mobility. Keep it moving. All right, hip mobility time. So, hip mobility is probably the biggest issue for me right now. I'm dealing with, I've dealt with lower back pain pretty much the majority of my life, 16, 17. So, probably about 34, 35 years. Uh, and yeah, it sucks. So, being 50, I used to get away with it quite a bit. I used to be on my back and hurt at least a couple times a year, but I can't afford to do that anymore. So uh, I'm gonna start with some. Uh, I'm gonna start with some. With the new routine I've been doing lately, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go with some leg raises. And you see all these videos, and like if you do 10 leg raises, 10 of these, 10 of that, and you will have trained your hips. Uh, Whatever. It's not that easy, at least for me, and for a lot of people, especially uh, over 40 and 50, and even younger. If you're deconditioned and you have not uh, trained your body uh, to work like that, it's going to be tough, especially as you age. So I'm gonna try some 90/90s, but you can see my 90/90s don't look like the ones on those videos. You can see right here, I can't even get this knee to the ground. Can't even sit up straight. So that sucks. So when you're watching these videos and they're like, oh, do 90/90s, even me as a fitness coach, if I go and do those and I haven't been training for a while, usually I end up worse off. So if you can't get your knee to the ground, like I can't, then go with a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, you use some books. And here we go. But you see, my 90/90s don't look like those 90/90s you see in those videos. Struggling up in here. So my goal right now is just to be consistent, keep it going every day. We'll go with some leg raises. I mean, look at that. Can't really even get much height on it, but I've been doing these for about 2 weeks now. It's getting better. They always talk about do clamshell extensions. I could do clamshells, but the extension, not so much. So we'll try the extension. We'll see what this clamshell extension looks like. Not good at all. So if clamshell extensions are not working, as they aren't really for me, I mean, I could try. I could kind of get up, but not without really potentially hurting myself. So with that, I'm just going to go on my side, go with a regular old clamshell. Right here, just focus on getting that leg up. There we go. You can see range of motion, not so good. So if my range of motion is like this, I probably shouldn't be doing clamshell extensions or doing clamshells with bands. I may look like I'm there, but I'm obviously not. That's why I'm here. Everybody has their challenges. I know I do. All right, other side. We'll see what the range of motion looks like on this leg. Really, really bad. Especially when you look at the limited range of motion compared to the other side. So for me, working on my hips, my hip mobility, my internal rotation in particular, especially with this hip, I mean, you can see it's messed up. A lot of us want to be able to sit Indian style and things like that, cross-legged. You know, I can't really do that. I mean, I can cross my legs, but what do you think I feel right here? Pretty decent knee tightness. So you see how my body is curved? Like, that's not sitting cross-legged. So one thing that you can do to build yourself up, just use a couple yoga blocks. Then I can get the depth I need and I can sit up straight. So if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use books. But look, right here, not so bad. Check out my back. Pretty straight, right? But then let me take these off. Nah, it's not working. So that's one thing you can do to build your way up and from yoga blocks or books or whatever to go ahead and get into being able to sit cross-legged. Another thing you can see with my limited range of motion right here, if you go fire hydrant, you can see the difference. Watch me lift my right leg. Look at that. Like barely. And like I'm really pushing it here. Now watch me go with the left. Still not good or great, but it's a lot higher. Now look at this one. So this hip is really giving me issues because, like I said, over the years, I've been neglecting my glutes, my glute medius in particular. Then that led to a chain reaction of events from plantar fasciitis to knee injuries to lower back pain to shoulder issues, all of that. And one of the biggest things here that's causing it is, or that it led to, and you can see here, is the lateral pelvic tilt. So you can see this hip here is sitting decent amount higher than this one. So with that being said, I need to do a lot of things that I have to do to get this side right, get me evened out. So what are the things I'll be doing? Just trying to lift myself out of that position. So right now, as you can see, standing on the yoga block, I'm up. Then I'm just going to let myself go down and drive through, bring my hip up. So I'll go with about 5 to 10. Some people say 10 to 12. Not today, man. It's not working. Then I'll go to the other side. Same thing. Driving through the right leg and just trying to bring that hip up. All right. And I think that's a wrap for me. Time to take my dog outside, eat dinner, get ready for tomorrow. But not bad for a 30-minute workout at home, limited equipment, resistance bands, yoga mat, plyo box, sandbag, and a couple 40-pound dumbbells, which felt way heavier than 40 pounds today. But at the end of the day, I showed up, I got it done. Might not have been my best workout, but I showed up. That's all that matters. Let's run it back tomorrow. Do me a favor, if you haven't, subscribe and follow. The content's going to continue. It's only going to get better. Thanks for supporting me.